Welcome to our gardening channel. Whether you have a big backyard or a small apartment balcony, these 10 creative gardening ideas will help you bring a touch of nature into your home. In this video, we'll explore a variety of gardening ideas that cater to different spaces, lifestyles, and levels of experience. So grab a cuppa, settle in, and let's discover the joy of gardening together. Now, some of you might be thinking, Monty, I haven't got room to swing a trowel, let alone grow a garden, but don't let that discourage you. Well, fear not, my friends, that's where the magic of container gardening comes in. It's a game changer for those with limited space. Think of it like this: every pot, every window box, every hanging basket becomes its own miniature garden, brimming with life and bursting with color. It's like having a tiny oasis right at your fingertips. From herbs to flowers, even vegetables, there's a whole world of plants that thrive in containers. Imagine the fresh herbs you can snip right from your kitchen window, or the vibrant flowers that greet you every morning. You can move your pots around to follow the sun, create stunning displays on balconies and patios, or even bring a touch of the outdoors inside. The flexibility is unmatched. Let your imagination run wild. Experiment with different plant combinations and container styles, old buckets, wicker baskets, even those wellies you thought were past their prime. They can all find new life as charming and unique planters. The possibilities are endless. Embrace the art of container gardening and discover the joy of cultivating a little piece of nature, no matter where you call home. It's a rewarding hobby that brings beauty and tranquility to any space. Now, let's talk about making the most of every inch of your gardening space, shall we? And for that, we turn our attention to the vertical garden. This is a technique particularly close to my heart, as it allows us to transform plain walls and fences into vibrant living tapestries. Vertical gardens are not only visually stunning, but they also offer a fantastic solution for those with limited ground space. You can use repurposed pallets, hanging shoe organizers, or even a simple arrangement of wall-mounted planters. For a lush, verdant look, consider climbers like ivy, clematis, or honeysuckle. Herbs like rosemary, thyme, and oregano are excellent choices for a fragrant and edible display. So if you're short on space but long on gardening ambition, look no further than the vertical garden. There's nothing quite like snipping a few sprigs of fresh herbs to elevate your culinary creations. And what better way to ensure a constant supply than by cultivating your own herb garden? It's a rewarding and surprisingly simple endeavor. Start by choosing herbs that you use regularly in your cooking. Plant your herbs in individual pots, or create a charming herb garden in a window box or raised bed. Ensure they receive at least 4 to 6 hours of sunlight each day, and water them regularly, allowing the soil to dry out slightly between waterings. So bring the joy of fresh herbs into your home by creating your own DIY herb garden. And now, let's step inside and explore how houseplants can transform our living spaces. Indoor plants are more than just decorative elements. They're living, breathing companions that bring a sense of tranquility, life, and beauty to our homes. A large statement plant like a majestic Monstera deliciosa can instantly create a focal point in a living room or bedroom. Groupings of smaller plants such as ferns, succulents, or spider plants can add a touch of life and color to shelves, coffee tables, or windowsills. Remember to consider the light conditions in your home when choosing houseplants. So embrace the power of indoor plant styling and create a home that's not just stylish but also alive with the beauty of nature. The raised garden bed. It's a simple yet effective way to create order and structure in your outdoor space, while offering numerous benefits for both gardener and plant alike. Raised beds bring a sense of order and purpose to the garden, making it easier to manage and maintain. They offer superior drainage, preventing waterlogging and creating an ideal environment for healthy root development. Constructing a raised bed is a relatively straightforward project. You can use timber, bricks, or even recycled materials to create the framework. Fill the bed with a good quality topsoil and compost mix, and you're ready to start planting. So whether you're a seasoned gardener or just starting out, consider incorporating raised beds into your outdoor space. Now let's talk about those of us who might not possess a natural green thumb, shall we? For those who crave the beauty of plants but perhaps lead busy lives or simply forget to water regularly, succulents and cacti are the perfect companions. These fascinating plants have adapted to thrive in arid environments, storing water in their fleshy leaves, stems or roots. Succulents come in a dazzling array of shapes, sizes and colors. Cacti, with their prickly personalities, add a touch of the desert to any home. Plant them in well-draining soil, water them sparingly, and provide them with plenty of sunlight. So whether you're drawn to the architectural forms of cacti or the fleshy, jewel-toned leaves of succulents, these low-maintenance wonders are sure to bring a touch of effortless beauty to your home. Now let's talk about giving back to our gardens, shall we? And there's no better way to do that than by embracing the magic of composting. It's a simple yet incredibly rewarding process that transforms kitchen scraps and garden waste into a nutrient-rich elixir for your plants. Creating your own compost heap or bin is easier than you might think. You can use a simple pile in a corner of your garden or opt for a more structured compost bin. This nutrient-rich compost can then be added to your garden beds or used as a mulch around plants, improving soil structure, boosting fertility and promoting healthy growth. Composting is not only beneficial for your garden, but also for the environment. Now let's talk about sharing our gardens with the creatures that bring so much life and joy to our outdoor spaces. By creating a welcoming environment, we can enjoy the beauty and benefits of nature right at our doorstep. Creating a wildlife-friendly garden is about more than just attracting pretty butterflies and cheerful birdsong. It's about fostering biodiversity and creating a haven for nature in our own backyards. This means thinking about the needs of various species and how we can support them. Start by providing food sources. Plant a variety of flowers, shrubs and trees that produce nectar, seeds and berries throughout the year. Native plants are particularly important as they support local insect populations, which in turn attract birds and other wildlife. These plants are adapted to the local climate and soil, making them easier to grow and maintain. Water is essential for all creatures, so consider adding a bird bath, a small pond or even a shallow dish of water for thirsty hedgehogs. Moving water, like a small fountain, can also attract more wildlife. Shelter is equally important, so leave areas of your garden undisturbed, providing piles of leaves, logs and stones for insects, amphibians, and small mammals to call home. These natural elements offer protection and nesting sites. Remember, a wildlife-friendly garden is about embracing a little bit of controlled chaos. Allowing some areas to grow wild can create a more diverse and resilient ecosystem, benefiting both wildlife and your garden's health. Now, for those of you who live in urban environments, don't despair. Just because you might not have a sprawling backyard doesn't mean you can't experience the joy of gardening. Balcony and rooftop gardens offer a chance to create your own green oases amidst the hustle and bustle of city life. When space is at a premium, it's all about maximizing every inch. Vertical gardening techniques, as we discussed earlier, are your best friend here. Choose plants that thrive in containers and can handle the specific conditions of your balcony or rooftop, such as exposure to wind and sun. Drought-tolerant plants like succulents and herbs are excellent choices, as are many varieties of tomatoes, peppers and strawberries. Creating a balcony or rooftop garden is about transforming a small space into a haven for both plants and people alike. And finally, let's talk about gardening as a journey through the seasons, a dance with nature's rhythms that unfolds throughout the year, offering a continuous cycle of growth, transformation and renewal. From the first buds of spring, where new life begins to emerge, to the colorful tapestry of autumn, each season brings its own unique beauty and challenges to the garden, creating a dynamic and ever-changing landscape. Spring is a time for sowing seeds, planting tender annuals, and watching in awe as dormant plants awaken from their winter slumber, bringing a sense of renewal and hope. Summer is a time for abundance, for harvesting the fruits of our labor, enjoying the lush greenery and vibrant blooms, and for enjoying long, lazy days surrounded by the beauty of nature in full bloom, basking in the warmth of the sun. Autumn brings a bittersweet beauty to the garden as leaves transform into fiery hues, painting the garden in warm, rich colors. and the last of the summer's bounty is harvested, preparing the garden for the quiet of winter. Gardening through the seasons is about embracing the ebb and flow of nature, understanding that change is inevitable, and that each phase of the garden's life cycle has its own lessons to teach us, and that each season holds its own unique magic and beauty, inviting us to connect more deeply with the natural world. Gardening is a journey that anyone can enjoy, no matter the size of your space or experience level. With these 10 ideas, you'll have everything you need to create a beautiful, thriving garden at home. Thanks for watching, and happy gardening.